There is a trend now with Tess Holliday and now you of glamorizing morbid obesity, which actually is dangerous.
I am not healthy.
When you are that level of morbid obesity statistically, is it right to put people like yourself into a pop video celebrating that kind of weight? And I ask you honestly.
Honestly, if you were really concerned about people being obese and representing something bad, you would take yourself off the air because you're not exactly slim yourself.
Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about how we're going to kill people promoting being morbidly obese. Note that I don't know who Miley is and I don't even know, I haven't seen this video before, so I'm just going to talk about what I think about obesity and how nowadays we just promote it like it's just toothpaste.
Well, I mean, fat people exist. There's no question about that.
But
Well, good one. I mean, you are obviously a good example that fat people do exist. No question about that.
What Angelina is saying is this is not about glamorizing, this is about accepting.
But if we accept it, we're going to create a bigger problem. At the moment,
Exactly.
obesity is a huge problem in terms of death rates. So we can't ignore that fact.
But also, you know, people say that looking perfect is a problem for instance, teenagers.
But
Because what
what's the idea
teenagers
of
think,
perfect?
that's a very good point. But a lot of people think that by having, you know, you look utterly perfect, and Love Islanders all look utterly perfect,
But
for
I'm not
instance.
utterly perfect. I have cellulite. I have things that I don't like. We all do. But what?
So it's
in
about
terms
accepting,
of
you
course,
see,
but
all of the
I
different
can't
body
accept-
shapes.
It's not like I'm not accepting people that they're fat, or I think this highlighting is that precisely people that they're really fat, those are the ones that they can't accept themselves, and thus they go up there and they're just gonna protest and they're gonna ask for more rights to be accepted. What does that mean? Now, obviously, I might be a hypocrite because I don't know how it is to be fat and morbidly obese. However, I do know how it is to be an addict, and addiction has the same behavior regardless of what type of thing you're addicted about. So basically, fat acceptance shouldn't be accepted, or any type of addiction cannot be accepted. As in, if I would be to define acceptance, would be just being around or living with something or someone without judging them, and that's impossible. Why do we judge fat people? If we would be to look at it more in a psychological way of being, and the way our human body and brain reacts to the environment and other peers of the group, my knowledge and experience, I would say that we judge people that are weak, and in the majority of cases we don't tend to judge someone that's weak because we take pleasure from judging and bullying people, unless you're a psychopath or a sociopath or you have any other type of psychological disorders or mental illness. Obviously there's that ego way of thinking about the world where the world is worse than you and you have kind of sense of superiority, and I think that's coming from your ego side. It can be a little bit psychopathic behavior. On a side note, I do think we all have a little bit of psychopathy in our behavior. However, I don't take pleasure in bullying someone that's really fat or obese, but if I do see someone really unhealthy and you can see that they're being unhealthy based on their choices, my brain is really quick to judge them and judge their choices. Now, obviously, the more healthy approach would be to acknowledge that I'm judging this person and their choices and not spend too much time judging their choices and their life, and use all that focus and energy inwards and focusing on myself and how I am screwing up for myself. What are my choices that have led me to an unhealthy way of being in my relationships or life? If we would think about it, it's basically unconsciously, or even when we become aware of it, that when you see someone that's really fat and really unhealthy based on their choices, you're not going to want to have them around First of all, because they prove they're eating more than anyone else. And as far as I understand, Homo sapiens have been discovered 250,000 years ago. And since then, our body hasn't evolved. We are the same species like 250,000 years ago. But we still have the psychological behavior from then. So if we would be to simplify society and groups and the way we relate and interact with each other, let's pretend we have a group of male and females. We have to survive together, and there's this person that's really obese. We need to take into the account that the choices of every person in the group are gonna pull or raise the group. So unconsciously, I think we can't accept fat people, not only because of their appearance, but also because it proves that their choices are gonna pull us down. Basically, they're not gonna help us, right? Because they're morbidly obese, they're gonna eat all the food and the resources we have, and they're gonna eat even more. So I have to have less, and my children have to have less than this person. And also, if the group is gonna be in danger, she can't run. So we're not gonna carry her around because the danger is gonna come and she might end up getting killed. So I think all this non-acceptance of fat people, it's not because they only don't look good, because they're not gonna bring anything good to the group they're part of. So that's why we tend to reject fat people from groups and we don't welcome them. So it's nothing personal. Yes, you are flawed. Yes, you don't look perfect, but you, through your behavior and your lack of discipline, and you basically cannot give away your addiction, you are expecting from society to accept the fact that you are weak. At this point in time, women have gone completely crazy, and I've noticed, given enough power and freedom to one person, male or female, their ego are going to take advantage of this, and they're going to set up things as comfortable as possible for themselves. So, 50 years ago, it was about male dominating the planet and dominating women and so on and so forth. Good. Women had enough of that. They wanted freedom, they wanted rights. Now they have that. And what do they do with it? They're just accepting people's weaknesses. And not only that we accept people's weaknesses, we're promoting them and we encourage them. That's why I think it's not okay to promote any kind of obesity and any kind of flaw that we have. We shouldn't promote it. We should discuss it. We should acknowledge it, that it exists, and we should do something about it. We should not promote it and beautify it.
But unhealthy people still deserve to see themselves represented.
But why would you want to be represented?
I don't think unhealthy people should be represented. I think unhealthy people should be acknowledged and should be helped to get out of your own way and be more disciplined. And it's not about you and me. It's not like I am more healthy and I am the perfect. I am unhealthy in my behavior and you're unhealthy in your behavior. But I don't think we should promote the fact that we are unhealthy and accept it. Yeah, we can accept that the world is effed up and a lot of bad things happen. But what are we going to do about it? We can't promote it and paint it in a good light just for you to feel good about yourself. And you don't want to be promoted as a morbidly obese person either. I can see in people's eyes, this person, Miley, she is sad and she's miserable within herself. And she doesn't feel good, It must be so horrible to drag all that on. You don't even have arguments. You just don't know what to say. You are definitely not proud to be fat. Full stop.
I think that people should be allowed to live their lives without somebody commenting on everything that they do or what they look like.
380 pounds.
If you just want to live your life happily after, you're just free to do that. I don't know why are you commenting about people being skinny and why skinny people are the one promoted in society. I don't know the name of the woman's presenter. You are promoting and you're telling her it's okay to be fat because you want people to tell you that it's okay that, I don't know, that you're single and you're divorced. I don't know anything about this woman. I don't even know her name, but I'm just giving an example. It must be something in her life that she wants to be accepted for. I don't think she cares about Angelina being fat and obese. I don't think she cares about her life or that she's gonna die or not. She's definitely wants to be accepted for something. Like I said, there's a lot to talk about on this topic, and I just tried to give as short as an opinion as possible. There's also the hypocrisy that male are not going to be accepted obese for some reason, and Miss Angelina, she's not going to be with someone as overweight as her. I don't think she loves to put her hands on that much fat, and she's gonna love it. Am I being a hypocrite? Yes, totally. Am I doing everything I'm preaching in my life? No, absolutely not. I am definitely guilty of many sins and many wrong way of being. Am I aware of it? Way more than before. Do I want to change myself? Yes. I'm basically trying to stay away from focusing on other people's mistakes and forget about myself. However, was just a commentary video and just letting the world know what I'm supporting and what I'm standing for. You are welcome to criticize me and welcome to come up with your negative or positive feedback. Either way, it's going to help me become aware of how you're thinking and also how I come across to you. We're not separate, even though I don't like Miss Angelina and I don't like even Pierre. I don't like that guy. I'm not separate from them, and whatever they are choosing in the world, that's going to affect me somehow that I am not aware of. And just because I'm here and you're there and we don't know each other and we've never seen, and perhaps most likely we're never going to meet in our life, whatever I'm choosing is going to affect you and vice versa, because I kind of know it. I kind of know we are connected. And also from my experience, I became aware how my choices have impacted so many people in my life, good and bad. And yeah, so that's why I will definitely love for Miss Angelina to kick ass and hopefully have the courage to confront her weaknesses. And anyway, thank you so much for watching and for being here and for having the patience to listening to my thoughts. If you have any ideas what you would like me to talk about, please let me know. Okay, until next time, thank you and see ya!